Okay, so good afternoon and welcome to our TDS webinar, Smart Solution for Warehousing Application. I'm Angela and it's my pleasure to be your MC for today. So on behalf of the organizing team, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you here who have tuned in today. You have taken time off your precious schedule to join us on our webinar. So thank you very much. And firstly, I would like to inform you that this webinar will be recorded by the organizers. And if you have any questions, you can ask them at any time.
You are mute.
Oh, sorry. Just realized that I was on mute. So I was saying and welcome. And I'm Angela, your MC for today. So a warm welcome to all of you who have tuned in today. And do note that we'll be doing recording for this webinar. And if you have any questions, you can enter your questions in the chat window and we'll address to the questions shortly. And with that, I will hand over to Paul, who will be doing the opening speech for today's webinar. Paul, please.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you everyone for joining this webinar. I'd like to give a short introduction of what is TDS for those who are first time joining our webinar. So, can you all see my slide here? Able to see my slide, yeah? Okay, good. Yes. So, TDS we established in 1996. So we have 20 over years of experience. And we have a company set up. ADL Control is doing the system integration. And TDS Thailand is, we have a team of 30 over people. And PT TDS Indonesia and Penang as well. So in Singapore, we have 6 SBU. Like Grace is in charge of those factory automation. Same like IPing. And Suling is more on oil and gas. And Choi Ling is more on IoT. And Roger on safety. And Anthony on the robotic. So our robotic department started about 4 years back. So in terms of robotic, we are able to supply from the this lower level. For example, Zimmer.
Yes.
Hi, I'm sorry I missed your call. Whole morning I was in something just now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Eric, can you off your mic?
Right.
Those people,
coming Saturday,
please off your mic.
18th. So I have to check with
Let
him
you off
to
this,
sure that he's able to attend.
Yeah.
Okay, let me for the robotic, you can see from our chart here, the lower layer is like Zima, one of the speaker. Later on, you'll be here, like UR robotic, Picket 3D. These are some of the product. And on the data layer, we have Vector, Hakko, Mitsubishi. And then on top, further up, we have Amazon for SCADA software. All right. In terms of automation solution, we do have other product, control component product. So our product range is very wide. So these are the brand that we are representing. Okay. So we used to organize yearly event, but due to the COVID, we have stopped. So, okay, now I'd like to share with you some robotic experience that we have. This is the ST Engineering Aerospace project. So we are using the robot to polishing. So this is the engine. So this project is very successful. And second project is the form engineering. And then we do polishing for medical part. So we have developed this machine in a very short time. And the last one, this project is very successful. It's a rich pot polishing. So we are using this project involve a lot of technology. For example, push cord and robot master, robot cobot. So very successful. Thank you very much. Now I'd like to invite Mr. Sunil from Zimmer to give a speech. Sunil, please. You are mute. I mute you you are mute, Sunil.
Yeah, can you see my presentation?
Yeah.
Okay, so today I'm speaking about the various warehousing applications which we have done. Zimmer is a company in Germany. We develop several end-of-arm toolings for robots or gantries or many other applications. And the idea today is to share with you a certain engineering we have done and certain projects we have done. Just the first slides, we come from the grippers and various gripping systems, individual components we make. And if you see at the end of the after 2015, we have a lot of EOAT applications, components which we used in our applications, and we have also a lot of softwares which we call Digital Z. And with help of together, we are growing, and now we are 1,200 people, and a lot of different projects we have done in the different areas and for different industries. In the early areas, the mechanical gripping system was very important to the robots when the era of robots, which started from 1990, and we started building a mechanical grippers to the logistic and other industries. But they were more single function cells, and then these single function cells, then the whole factory started getting automated, and we started developing EOAT processes. It means it is not only taking the part from the warehouse, but to add it and to put some certain components or segregate, put them together, do a palletizing, all these jobs we have to do before you are putting the parts in warehousing. We have worked for various industries, like we have worked for shoes like Adidas, we have worked for kitchen furnitures like a Kitchen Smith or Red Point, and we also build several function packages. It means you can take the parts from the warehouse, you can sometimes draw, put some label, put something, and all these things together with your ERP and MES system. So we build a lot of IoT ready system solutions, and with our engineering, and we use the digital twin systems for this. So when you have a project commissioning of warehouse, together with warehouse, there is a lot of robots and loading, unloading system and transport system work, and we work a lot of EOATs for such systems. When you are building the grippers or small toolings or advanced tool changers, the control modules are very important, and these control modules means you have to have all of them together embedded into one end of arm tooling, and we offer this to your industry. When you're buying this, you like you see the pictures here, you can handle any kind of a component, tires, fruits, construction equipment, box, the machine parts, because they have to go in a warehouse anyway and come in and come out. So there are basically, normally when warehouse comes, you are thinking of the end of factory where you are taking the boxes and putting it out for shipping. But if you see a typical industry, there are many intermediate warehouses, and you need to handle different parts, different functionalities, and we do this. So what we help commissioning this warehouse is basically we offer end of arm tools which reduce concept to realization time. We guarantee basically you have to look for guarantee the cost and functionality, because this goes hand in hand. The parts must be rigid, and longevity must be good. Uptime has to be very up, because if it is having issues like even on a fork, the whole warehouse is stopped. Ready for connections is very important, because the connections today are not only the mechanical actuators, they are also for your signals and your things going into your smart system. So all these connections are very important. All your sensor connections are important. Sometimes there are 4 stock sensors. This connection has to go measuring various outputs. So this is very, very important. Then we have to give sometimes the functionalities to enhance productivity. There is one video I will show you later if it works. This productivity is very important. So we have a very short changeover times, because sometimes you have to handle different things, and you need we have a tool changers, and you can change the end effectors, and this will work. With doing all these things, you have to have low weight optimal for the optimal robot size and short cycle times. In the recently we have done a project for Google where we are handling the data, or we are doing now some projects where we are handling even the robots mounted on the what you call it, on a transport system where they go and up. So these are very short cycles, are very important, and we offer 10 million maintenance free cycles. That is the key. So this is how we are functioning and we are working. A smart functionality is very important. And what means the smart functionality? Means you must be a smart intelligent, this smart intelligence comes from your hands or fingers, because there are more sensors really fitted, and they can give the feel, they can see, they can touch, and all this important information has to be given. All are servo driven, because the motorized functions are more, because you cannot have pneumatics or hydraulics at the end of the thing, so most of them are electrically driven. What we offer is a very modular, so that anything happens or functionality, spare management, everything is easier. Or sometimes you have your product changes, your box becomes a little bit bigger, it is heavier, then you have to change the end of arm tool. So this modularity helps. Then you have the hybrid units like hydraulics, vacuum, pneumatics sometimes are used, because some of these functionalities are used. Localized hydraulics or localized vacuums, if needs to be handled, we can do, because I can give an example that you have to handle a glass sheet. There is a warehouse on a glass sheet of 2 mm which is going to a furniture shop. You need a vacuum, otherwise you cannot handle a glass sheet. We have with advanced tool changes we need, because every time when you are changing the end effector, because the same end effector sometimes you cannot use in a whole warehouse. Sometimes you have to handle sheets, sometimes you have to handle boxes, sometimes you have to handle some uneven parts, then you have to change the tools. So we have advanced tool changers which can change the end effector. Intelligent control modules are required, because then this data has to be taken and has to go on IoT level outside. Adaptable fingers, sometimes the flexible fingers. We have to have application specific grippers, like sometimes you have to handle hot or very cold. We are now coding one project which is a -17 degrees, so you need those fingers to work. And then now the humans are working also in the warehouses, so sometimes with the HRC standards or different safety standards you have to adopt. So all this smart functionality is required, and our engineering team having done several projects, they are aware of this. So when you are building the special warehouses, cold storages, or the paint like inflammable devices, or sometimes the hot storages, like they are done in a company here. We did in India, a forging company, where different temperature levels, you have to move the parts to get specific skin effect. So all these things we can do it for you with our smart things. I don't know why the video is not working, but I skip and I go to the next one. The smart EOAT means a smart function cell, and it has to talk from all levels. All levels means if you see a device level where you have a robot or a gripper, then it has to go to the control level, where all these devices or robots are controlled from controlling side, and all this data is kept on a SCADA, because you have a control room which is a remote, or sometimes it's completely on a different location where the things are handled. And these level signals has to go, and then it goes to MES, that is intelligent material handling system, and then the ERP is giving the signals. So all these data has to go in, compete to the OPC UA server, and this data storage and UA server, HMI computer, all has to work together. And people are seeing now with tablets, Google Glasses, PC, anywhere on your mobile, on your holiday, whatever you are seeing. And these were maybe 10 years before, these were one or two examples, but now they are really functioning applications. And these functioning applications needs right end of arm toolings, which has got all the modular thing. I'm sorry for the German here, but you know what we say, that we have 156 IO link different components here, which can be handled by the any kind of a device which is mounted on a robot or your Asrs, and we can program the functionalities which can work together to make your warehouse smarter. I talked to you about softwares. Means, you know, we have a total different areas of softwares, and we call them virtual Z. Virtual Z means before commissioning or making, you can taste. So you can also change different parts of us and do adaptability. So in your you know, brown warehouse, you want to go with a smart, you can use our adapters and the software, and you can check the functionalities. The visual Z is a simulation. So the picture here is showing that, you know, this is from the kitchen furniture shop, where we do certain drillings and adapting of certain parts on a ready kitchen warehouse, taking out and putting some different hinges, different logo, different things like this. So and this thing you can do it on a simulation, and then you can run. So this is visual Z, we call. Then we have a visual Z for also for the remote diagnostics, because you cannot go in a warehouse and see what happened where there is one corner where your end effector is working. So remote diagnosis is very important, and we have the functionalities developed for that. Visual Z dashboards, that is basically mainly for your SCADA system, and you can go to small fingers or finding a temperature or force on the fingers with this our IoT link grippers, and this adaptability is also possible. Then we have a control Z, means on a device control panel we can program various parameters, and online remote support is called support Z. So these are the software tools ready to use for systems we offer you for the projects, warehousing projects. I give an example here for intralogistics about an automotive industry. See, I just take this as an example. This can be true for any other things. But as a Zimmer, we came. Our roots are in the automotive industry because we were handling more parts there. BMW, Audi, Porsche, all top companies are using now a warehousing, intermediate warehousing. Means the parts are coming from their supplier. They are coming in the trucks. They are going into the systems, and then the warehousing are giving the intermediate warehousing are giving parts to the car where the assembly is happening. So we have palletizing sort boards and pick boards and depalletizing spot boards. These are all very important robots, intelligent robots work in the system. Now we are working one nice project. We recently have received a big order from BMW for such high-end projects. So constant flow is very important. People are ordering on now, for example, on your mobile, and somebody wants a red seat, a blue steering, and the lipstick mirror or some different mirror, whatever. So all this part must go on assembly line from the warehouse on time, and these all things are done by innovative logistic, digitization, smart connectivity, and where a crucial success factor is that the end effectors are working correctly, and we are working like this is an example where we are supplying this. And you know, these intelligence systems are from rack to stack to the location, because from the rack you have to take to a stack, because you know it's a common, because you see from the picture here the trucks are coming, then they are going to the intermediate racking, and then they are going for assembly. So all these things are important. Nowadays on a primary level, cobots and robots and people are working together, and you know, there are a lot of safety norms, and this is very interesting. And service robots are also getting popular. I think few service robots are also getting on a shop floor as an experiment. So this is a modern automotive intralogistics, and the warehousing is centralized, decentralized. Both warehousing has to get in work in conjunction with we call it soft boards or pick boards or split boards, whatever you call. We can offer solutions for cartons, crates, pallets, or any robotics or gantry I think the movie is not working. I don't know why, but this is one example. But I will put this and I will send it to Angela so that they will be available with you for your checking. But you can see here we have a very nice solutions, very nice modular solutions which I have shown here. Basically, this is for cartons handling and going to the different levels, and they have a lot of sensory devices, elements, and checking. This is another example where you have this cardboard. You have different trays, and these different trays can go to a different locations, coming from the warehouse to the cardboard, and cardboard to the different levels and different locations. We are building all these different kind of end effectors. The one in the center you see, that is for Google, that is for handling data storage system, and these are all hard disk kind of a data which we are also moving from one place to another place and loading. So this kind of high-tech technologies are also coming, and here the positioning accuracy is very important because you should not damage the pins of the connector. Lastly, I would like to also tell you about our capabilities of the modular transport system. This also when you get a video, you see, but we handle the flat parts from the warehouse, and then they are moved to a location. There the customer specific parts are fitted, and then it is getting shipped. So this is typically a function cell for assembly and fixing. So this is also very important and very interesting solutions which we offer. So these units you see, they are called shuttles, and they can keep a distance together. They can move the distance, or they can have a different workpiece grippers, so that here you can change the pitch and handle a small 1 feet unit, or you can handle maybe 6 feet unit. This we have supplied several lines to a kitchen furniture manufacturing lines. Yeah. They are taking from the warehouse different pressed. There are many SKUs because of the different colors of the boards and everything, and then they are kept on an intermediate store, and then their functionality has been done. Lastly, I want to tell you that when we are building the end effectors, they are not only the mechanical or electrical system. They are also decision-making system. Like there is an encoder for a gripper for position sensing. There is a camera for handling. There is a force shock sensors to know the force. There is a ball screw given slide to get the slide. So all these things are together. And when you are putting the input intermediate station, we can take the part from box in a box in a tote, and tote to the warehouse station. So even if you want to pick up one single part from this green box, we can give you the end effector which can pick one and put it into the shipping box, and the shipping can be done. So these kind of things are happening now. They are latest, and now they are really the functioning applications. So these are the two examples I wanted to share with you. And this is what I think within 15 minutes I could share with you. But if you have any queries, do write to us through TDS, and we can support you for your information. If you have any questions, I can take the questions, or we do it later. I don't know. Thank you.
Okay, now I'd like to invite Eric. Eric, please.
Okay, hi. Okay. Sorry, let me pull out my slide. Okay, can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, thanks Paul for invited me for this presentation, for the sharing, and great to meet all of you here. I think for today's session, it's more like experience sharing, a quick introduction of AR technology, and also the solution we are going to share. It's called Aasrs. So a quick introduction. AR technology is a subsidiary of the listed company ISTN Holding. So actually we have a group of experienced people in robotic and automation. Actually our vision is to focusing on AI and robotic as a service. And our mission, of course, is to make this AI and robotics works for us, work for all of us. So I think aligning with today's presentation title of Smart Solution for Warehousing. Actually, we would like to introduce our solution here called Agile Automated Storage and Retrieval System. So just a quick background, why we start to look at this, because warehousing, as everybody knows, is an essential infrastructure for everybody. And business constantly challenged by below pain points when they run a warehousing the solution, especially in Singapore. Definitely they'll face things like space utilization, space constraint, labor shortage, and also high running costs. Of course, the soft part is definitely in terms of information, data tracking, good tracking, inventory management. All these are constant pain point faced by the industry. So of course, I think everybody know one of the solution that used in the industry for many years is the ASRs, Automated Storage and Retrieval System. This system has been used in the market for many years, and of course, this solution partially address the issue faced by the industry. Example, these ASRs actually their strength is high efficiency. They can maximize the storage utilization, especially for those users got a very high ceiling building. Now, this ASIs can go up to like 80 meter or even 20 meter. So definitely they provide a very fast store and retrieval process, and definitely they'll improve the safety. A very powerful data tracking normally incorporated together with ASIs. But with all the advantages, it comes with certain constraints. Number one is a very high investment system in terms of millions, and very high setup cost, can be few months or even few years, and long return on investment, obviously, and definitely very demanding in terms of the setup infrastructure. And one very big constraint is this system is operated using crane system. And the crane system normally will be restricted by the racking system. So in order to complete the whole solution, normally they need to incorporate it with certain automation module, example AGV, example conveyor, to complete the whole solution suite. So by studying ASRs, actually we developed this solution called ASRs, Agile Automated Storage and Retrieval System. Basically, what we do is we study the strength of this automated storage and retrieval system and try to mitigate as much as possible the constraint of ASRs. And hopefully, this Agile Automated Storage and Retrieval System able to benefit more people. What are the advantages that we have for this ASIs is one, definitely lower cost, maybe 5 to 8 times lower than traditional automated storage and retrieval system. This really bring to the cost level that accessible by some of the SMB. And also some of the MNC, maybe they got a smaller warehousing, they can use this. Definitely faster setup time. Now 6 or 10 times faster than traditional automated storage and retrieval system setup. Of course, we can also benefit by the space utilization. And definitely, this is a key strength, high mobility. Because later I'm going to show you the video, this Agile Automated Storage and Retrieval System, the robot system that we're using, actually able to travel all the way out from the racking system. It can directly interface with other workstations. So you no need to have any additional like conveyor or other AGV system. Right? This is a major strength. And of course, by doing so, it will drastically improve the productivity. So because this robot can do multiple pick, up to like 8 boxes at one go, and definitely we can adopt the concept of we move the goods to the user instead of user go to the racking system and retrieve items. Besides, later from the video you can see what I meant. Besides that, definitely will improve the safety because all the high level racking, all the goods will be handled by robots. Definitely for us, our solution will incorporate with all the warehouse management system, mobile application, IoT system to further enhance the accuracy of the system. Basically, this is the key component of Agile automated storage and retrieval system. Definitely, it consists of the robotic system that we have here, and there is a intelligent robot management system, and together with the mobile application and warehouse management system. Of course, our warehouse management system able to interface with majority of the database in the market, like SAP, etc. Right, and we can design other workstation that can fit into this particular system, including like racking system, including maybe even a small workstation with gravity-driven conveyor example. It's up to the application. It's quite flexible. So how the thing works? Basically, you can see with all the components established, our system, first of all, it can actually interface with the databases. Example, you have SAP, right? Our WMS actually able to interface and capture the transaction needed from the SAP system, and you translate the requirement into the transaction to the robot control system. And the robot control system in turn will actually instruct the robot to pick up the goods and send to the workstation needed. This basically complete the warehousing process, storage and retrieval. So who are targeted audience? Of course, as I mentioned to you, because by reducing the cost, simplify the setup, SME, they can benefit from this system. Of course, I think we have a lot of potential customer in the e-commerce where they need to move the product very fast in and out, fast storage and retrieval. Some medical industry, and a lot of distribution industry are our targeted industry that can benefit from the system. Surely, some of the MNC that might form some smart satellite warehousing, this system will benefit them as well. So we are hoping this solution can enable the transformation in the warehousing industry from a traditional manual warehousing to the smart warehousing system that we are talking about here. In the process, we will provide consultancy services, help them design the automated system, and definitely will enable and provide a complete solution suite to enable the smooth transformation. So here, let me show you our Agile automated storage and retrieval system in action. So let the video explain the whole system, how it works. So enjoy. Okay, sorry, pardon me. Let me turn on the sound system, sorry. Okay, can you guys hear? Sorry, can you guys hear?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, great. It's a manual process. The right is 4.2 meter. All right, so this is a short presentation of our Agile automated storage and retrieval system. Feel free to contact us if further information needed. So with this, I would like to pass the airtime to the next speaker.
Okay, thank you very much, Eric, for your presentation. So for those people who are interested in this storage system, Eric have a actual physical showcase in Singapore at Server Dynamic office. So y'all can contact Eric for see the actual demo. Or you can also contact me. Okay, now let's move to the next speaker. This person, he's from Joe is from Singapore Poly. He have a lot of experience in IoT. So let me invite Joe to give the presentation. Joe.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Okay, sound check. Is my sound okay, clear?
Good.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. I share my screen now. Okay, I don't have any videos or audio, so I'll just talk along the way. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, I usually use my slide like this. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. So I can go and control my slides. Okay. You also can see how many slides I have also. So that I use this way. Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. Okay, I'm Joe, by the way. I'm the lead business development in Singapore Polytechnic. I'm from School of Electrical Electronics Engineering. Okay. So I'm the lecturer as well. So my areas are in the IoT, Internet of Things, automations. I do software applications, and I also do cyber security. Okay, so these are my portfolio in Polytechnics. Okay, so okay, without further ado, okay, I think I only given 15 minutes, so I'll cut short. Okay, so I realized the previous two speakers have pretty mentioned about the warehousing part. Okay, and then they cover most of my part basically. So I will cut short if I see any overlap. Okay. So yeah, I'm more from academic side. So I will cover what we do in the IoT with warehousing, and then okay, later I'll share with you what are the courses we have in SP to train our adult learners and students in the IoT and industry IoT. Okay. Okay, let me start. Okay, this is my outlines. Okay, yeah, I will not be going through details. So this is what I'm going to cover later on. Okay, yeah. So I will start off with industry transformation. Okay, today, right, our factories, warehouses, today we are moving towards Industry I 4.0. So earlier speaker, they have mentioned about different technologies they use, like robotics, grippers, automation, retrieval systems, and so on. Okay, those are, we are heading towards Industry 4.0. Okay, so what do you want to achieve? Number one, we want to increase, or we're going to promote productivities. We also want to achieve flexibilities in our warehouse management or our asset management and so on. And we also want to improve our quality of work. And of course, last but not least, we want to have a speed in our operations. So these are the goals that we want to achieve at the end of these industry transformations. Okay, okay, just to share, I'm not the expert that work at the warehouse, but just to share from my opinion and from my knowledge, my own knowledge. Okay, so right, to me, in my past experience, I only just work like a stock take guys in the warehouse. Okay, the warehouse is about quite few $millions warehouse. So my job is to do a stock take end of the year. So it was really how to say it was about 10 plus years ago. It was really very labor intensive, and we have to take one by one to do the stock take and stock checks, and it's very manual process. So yeah, even that they don't even have any like QR code scanner or barcode, don't have nothing at all. It takes about 2-3 days to us to do the stock take. Okay, so this is what I see in the particular warehouse, very laborious if you don't automate them. And then also the errors. Sometimes, right, people, because of human operations, sometimes we may pick up the wrong items. Okay, so that's why there's a part where we need robots, we need an automatic retrieval system to collect sense the products and then get the right information or right products and then deliver to the customers. Okay, so errors is very critical. So as a warehouse, we cannot have an error. So this is what I see from experience. Also, in the typical warehouse, you have to optimize the space. In a Singapore context, our land space is quite expensive. So in a warehouse, you have to like optimize the space, okay, by compact and make the warehouse to be like efficient. Okay. Yeah. So also you have to, as a warehouse owner, you have to see your party channels. You're using either I don't know, you know about this term called 3PL, 4PL. 3PL is a third party logistic. There's also the 4PL, 3PL. So okay. So I think if you're a logistic guy, you know what the PLs are. Okay. So that's what I want to tell you. Okay, in typical warehouse, okay, we have to ship on time, we have to order, we have to achieve the shorter cycle times. Okay, and of course we have to ship out as many as possible so that we can also allow to come in new products and so on. Okay, so all these jobs, if you use those laborers, if you use labor, manual manpower, it'll be very tough for today's context, because today we do a lot of like purchasing online. So a lot of people do online shopping and so on. So that's required for warehouse to be efficient for today. Yeah, okay. So as a Polytechnic, what we do is that we train our industry corporates and our students in like, okay, how we can make use of the IoT. IoT stands for Internet of Things, to integrate the systems. For example, a gripper, robots, controller, sensor, or actuators. How can we link them together to become a systems so that we can use in the particular applications? Okay, so we teach students in like IoT technologies. Okay, so example, this is that one that we use for our courses. Okay, like IoT, what's IoT stand for lah? So IoT is the use of, so industry IoT is the use of IoT in manufacturing, transportation, and industry related to smart, self-regulating systems and production environment. So yeah, this is by definitions. So to us, IoT include like industry IoT include like sensor actuators, we have controllers, we have connectivities, we have AI, data analytics at the cloud or on-prem. Of course, there's also always a dashboard to monitor what is the efficiency, the operating efficiency. Okay, so this is the overview of industry IoT. Okay, so let's combine all technology together. Okay, now right in the warehouse we have inventory system, we have like AGV. Okay, as I mentioned, the auto retrieval system, ARS example. All these need to be come to the one main particular device. We call it a gateway or data aggregator. Example, all have to be come together. So to come together, you need to know some knowledge how they can be linked them together. Okay, so basically we can use the like some kind of IoT protocols to link them together, and all the data will be collected, and then this data will be sent over to, like example, ERP systems or MES systems for user to monitor, or warehouse owner to monitor what is happening, what is the movement looks like, where are the bottleneck, and so on. So very important, all your devices, inventory system, all must be in the one particular place. Yeah, so in SP, we train the participant how we can grab data, tap data, how to analyze the data and so on, how to pull the data, send over to clouds and so on. So we teach those overall concepts in our Polytechnic contents. Okay, so these are the quite interesting. I have in the online, this from online source I get from. It's quite very, very fascinating to me. Today, our warehouse, these are the 5 must-have technologies. Number 1, we need to have a warehouse management systems. Cannot be just using paper pencil to do a management. So today we need a software system to regulate or maybe record, okay, the warehouse warehouse things. And also we need to have automatic picking tools. I think earlier, I think Sunil mentioned about the robotic gripper picking tools. These are also very important because today our goods and our parcel, right, it come in different shapes and sizes, and we need to be flexible. Okay, so we need to have automated picking tools. We need to have guided vehicles. Earlier, I think Eric mentioned about the vehicles, this ARS system. Okay, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so those are like AGV. They are moving around. They can pick up these pallets and so on. They can pick up automatically, and they can send over to the desired location. So we need those automated guided vehicles, and then we need to have inventory control platforms, which is automated, so for easier real-time monitoring. Okay, or for the reporting purpose. If not, if you do a manual reporting, it's also, again, it's a very tedious job. Okay, last but not least, we need to have IoT implementation because all your systems are running separately. So we need to combine them together, aggregate them together using an IoT gateway. And you have to build some kind of like dashboard or SCADA or HMI to monitor what's happening in your operations so that you know where are the bottleneck, where are the errors. Okay. where could be the possible risk, okay, in your operations. Yeah, or where are the ones that make more mistakes. So because in warehousing, you have to know those kind of problems and issues, okay, so that you try to resolve them, then so that your operation will be like a smooth. Okay. So so we talk about IoT, right, or industry IoT. Yet there are some people, okay, in today, right, in businesses, they are still quite reluctant to adopt the IoT solution or IoT as solution because number one is the cybersecurity. What if somebody hack our warehouse? Because today our IoT, we talk about going to cloud going to a remote distance, remote locations. Okay, we go away from our factory, we monitor through remote control and so on. So people are worried about cybersecurity. Hey, how safe is your system? And then today also, if you want to buy IoT system, there are also still lack of standardization. So we may be worried about, hey, my system can work in another system that I purchased or not, or do I need to retrofit my old system that cost me a lot of money or not? So these are some worry about the standardizations because different vendor today we use different protocols and so on. So this is the nightmare for those system integrator. And legacy install base. So yeah, you may have a old system running or legacy system running. And if you want to modify to become an IoT, you need to look back whether my system allowed me to retrofit or not. If not, sorry, can't. You have to change the entire system. It's a very big investment. So significant upfront investment. This is the big barriers for those industry people. Okay. So there, of course, you can read from here. Okay, lack of skilled workers. If you do something, if your workers cannot catch what you're happening, sorry, IoT cannot be implemented. Data integrity, data must be streaming properly, and there's also the internal system barrier. There are some your internal system that cannot adopt your new integration. Yeah. And then lack of current liability of current technology. Yes, you know that our technologies that keep on changing. So today you buy something, but maybe 2 years time, your technology may not be supported due to some reason. And then that's it, you can't do anything. So you have to monitor. Yeah. Okay. So these are the people worried. Hey, I buy something, after 2 years later, I can't use it anymore. So these are the main worries. And social political concern. Yeah, you buy something from some particular brand, afraid that this particular brand not supporting others. And those are the things that you have to take note. Okay, so of course, as I mentioned, there are many challenges and barriers, but today our world is moving towards the IIoT. That's what I want to try to tell you. These are some kind of revenue that we're going to generate using IoT for industries. Okay, like 18 millions of IoT connections by 2021. So to create industry IoT, we need to have a strong foundations of network and internet. Okay, so yeah, by looking at those figures, it's quite attractive. So for industry to move into that. Okay, although there are some barriers and challenges. Okay, so as I say, today our global internet connections will keep growing. Okay, now as of 2017, it's got 66 millions. It's keep on growing until maybe like there'll be more and more connections. There are more and more connectivity. Example, today, right, if you want to have a real-time, faster, low latency communication between your warehouse applications and the remote dashboard, you can use 5G example. So 5G can make you like improve your connectivities. You can control or you can monitor your systems in real time. Okay. Yeah. So with our today IoT applications, you can integrate those like smart sensors. Like example, I think I saw from Zimmer just now. They are using they have some like IO-Link devices. Example, so IO-Link is one of the area that you can look into it. So if you want to retrofit or you want to like today keep on like moving environment. So using IO-Link connections, maybe you can go Google search if you want to know more about IO-Links. Okay, so IO-Link connectivity, you can plug and play, plug and change to different types of sensors and actuators. Okay, so today IoT technology is aimed to help the way to change the way that our products are made. Okay, so that we can have more proficient, more efficient, more safer for the human operators. And of course, the main goal is to save the millions of dollars for factories. Okay, so I won't be going through in details about what protocols that we're going to use in industries. Example, today, if you go to industry, you may see those wired communication. Like example, those ARS system, auto retrieval system, they might be using wireless technology. So so these are the common wire and wireless technology protocols that I briefed into here. Okay, so yeah, so if you are in the network background, you know what I'm trying to show you in the IoT protocol stacks in this IoT system. So remember, IoT is based on the network. So you have to know some IoT protocols, backgrounds. Okay, so So this is not my lecture, so I won't be going into details. Just this is for your info. I just present it in the slides. Okay, so most important is that, okay, example, today in our ITs and OT operations, IT means like you have a system applications like ERP, those are IT applications. So our OT side means like our system, PLC, controller, and sensors, actuators. These are the OT side. So both sides we have using different protocols today. Okay, but you see, but in the foundation for the network layer is the same. Only the protocols that we use for different site, it will be different. Like example, IT side, we use the protocols like MQTT. Okay, I mean, different system that you look at it, they have a different protocol that they adopt. But OT side, for the PLC controller side, today our common one is the OPC UA or CIP, Common Industry Protocol. Okay, so these are the main protocols that we use for the communications. I think earlier speaker also mentioned about OPC UA. Today OPC UA is quite standard for industries automations to hook up between different system and devices, regardless of what brand you use. Okay. Okay, move on. So next challenge in industry today is that if you want to implement a smart warehouse system, okay, so money is not enough. Okay, although you got money, but you need to have a capable OT side and IT side, and both OT and IT must work together hand in hand. So example, IT side must know what is OT, what the sensors is happening, how to grab data, and IT must know how to deal with the OT. OT also must know the IT challenges. Example, how to, okay, you don't just write the program, you have to put some safety algorithms and so on. So when you link up to PLC to SCADA system, HMI system, you must have the kind of like authentication. So all these OT side must know IT also. So you have to make the two groups to work together. This is a challenging task in today's industries. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So this is about product life cycle. So there are many product life cycle that many industries adopted. So this is what we use it for our training. So example, when you want to implement an IoT system in your warehouse or any applications, you always must start off with the design. You must gather the user inputs, what they want. After that, you have to source for IoT products. Remember, don't always look for the newest technologies, because sometimes new technology it come out and then after that it will dry very fast. Okay, so you have to do some kind of like market study. Okay, then after that you design ready, then you have to deploy as a POC first. Today your POC cannot be like one year long. You have to be very fast in develop the POC, and then you have to do a pilot run, and after that everything okay, then roll out to commercial. Of course, thirdly, you have to do some kind of maintenance work in your systems. Systems that cannot be just run forever. You have to do a certain maintenance at a particular time. Because next time, if you want to make some upgrades or make some changes, you have to decommission your systems and do some upgrade and then go back to the design stage. So this is the life cycle of our IoT products. Okay. Yeah, so this is one of my industry projects that I did it for our local SME called W2. So this is the Voc Gas Detector Systems, which we put it at those factories, manufacturing plants. So normally, right, in the factory, they will discharge those chemicals. Okay, as part of the national awareness, we have to make sure that the factory don't discharge those harmful chemicals to the drainages. So this system allows us to monitor whether the factories is discharging anything illegally or not. So this system is to monitor and report to the PUB. So this is my very first industry project in Poly. So what we did was we used Siemens PLC to integrate with these sensors, these traditional sensors. And then we use this IoT gateway from Siemens as well, called IoT 2040, which is a very low cost IoT controller, which you can hook up to any PLCs or even non-Siemens also it can work as well. So then we hook up together and we have designed to add multiple function into the IoT gateway. Example, this IoT gateway, we added a SMS module. We added a data logger modules. We added a dashboard. We added SCADA all into one. So in terms of SME, they save a lot of cost. Even they mentioned they save about 40% of cost compared to their previous systems. Okay, so this is what we help the SMEs and industries so that they can also excel in their system integrations. Okay, so right in SP we do have courses. Okay, this is the one example which I use it for one of my industry course. So we have this what do you call it, IO-Link sensor, the smart lights and the sensors, which we use in mostly in the warehouses. So example, we use this IO-Link sensor. We tap to this back off. This is a back off industry PC, which we use EtherCAT technology. EtherCAT is today is a standard for the real-time, fast-paced Ethernet. Communication protocols that we can hook up to the multiple IO devices. Okay, so if you got EtherCAT, your speed will be faster compared to the traditional TCP. Okay, so we teach the student on what is EtherCAT. We teach the student on what is networking, how to network, okay, different devices, different system, how to read the data from the sensors and actuators through the IO modules and so on. Okay, we also train students in, like example, we grab the data from sensors and actuators, how we can put them into a dashboard to monitor, a remote monitoring. So this is how we do it, just to give you some ideas that we do for the teaching. Okay, maybe a quick one. Yeah, today, just because of time constraint, I'm not going through in details. I just scan through what we have done, what we did in Singapore Poly. So we do provide courses for industries and these adult learners. Okay, as a continuous education, and we have many programs. Okay, so I just bring out some programs that I would like to highlight, and then I want to invite. Those are the quite good programs for industries. Let's say if you know someone, if you are in the corporates, right? Maybe you can recommend it, the course to your maybe your managers or your teams to attend this course. This is quite good course to me. Okay, yeah. So this course will be running on February. So it's about OPC UA course. OPC stands for Open Platforms of Communications for Advanced Manufacturing. Today, our industry standard is going to become use OPC UA. You may see this OPC logo, OPC stuff in many industry PCs and many systems and many cloud SCADA module. You will see this OPC UA. So how can we use them for our applications? So we teach them in this OPC UA course, okay, which is a 2-day course. Okay, so so you learn many technologies in this course, like smart sensors, smart actuators, OPC communication, SCADA. You will learn with hands-on sessions. Okay, so if you're interested, okay, maybe later Paul can share with you the slides also. This is a QR code if you're interested. Okay, we also have courses. You know, today our industries are moving into the faster communications. So for faster communication, what is the today market we have? We have 5Gs. Okay, so in SP we have this 5G Academy. We launched a few 5G courses to help industries to train them in what 5G can do so that they can be well prepared. Okay, now today we are moving to 5G era. So they may have idea what 5G can do with their applications. Okay, and then they know what 5G can do and so on. So by knowing the technology earlier, you may always stay ahead in the industries. Okay, one day your house may be fully equipped with 5G equipments. So you need to know what 5G can do, what are the 5G challenges, what are the 5G advantages, and so on. So we have a courses for like 5G technology applications. Okay, this is also quite hot. What do you call it? Programs, which is 2-day course. Okay, is conducted in the SP face-to-face. We also got 5G practitioner course, also 2-day course. It's also face-to-face conduct in the Singapore Polytechnics. Okay, so I go through with you what industry IoT technologies, what are the sensors, what are protocols, and we end up with these SP courses for the corporates and dev learners. Okay, so with that, let me end my presentation here, and let me pass to Angela or Paul. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Joe, for your interesting presentation. We learned a lot in how to use IoT for warehousing, IoT for farming, you know. So now I'd like to invite Mr. Pandy. He's all the way from Ireland. He's from Zimmer. Okay, so for those speakers, I'd like to invite you to turn on the camera. So, and now is the question Q&A time. So, Eric, can you turn on your camera? So, all you, Pandy, you can start. Yes. Yeah.
So thank you for all speaker. Any question from audience side? So, Joe, I have one question for you.
Okay.
How OPC UA is different from other IoT protocols in industrial automation?
Okay, to me, right, this OPCUA is more like catered towards the industry system and devices. Okay, and also this OPC is being standardized or being frontier by those industries, well-known manufacturer. Like example, even Microsoft and SAP are inside the OPCUA foundations, and also Beckhoff, Siemens, and many well-known industries are all inside the OPC foundation. So yeah, if you are going towards industries, it's good to use the industry recognized platforms. But of course, there are also other IoT protocols like MQTT, HTTPS, REST API. But those are mainly for those like those mainstream the kind of devices. So OPC is more for like those industry applications. So in industry, we have a lot of vendors. So if different vendors system, if you want to talk to each other, OPC is the one to choose from. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So another question for Zimmer. Sunil, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah. So what essential smart functionalities are required while selecting end effector for robots?
Yeah, actually, as I explained in my presentation, the end effector has to be a very, very important device, because when you are handling different products, you must be able to give an IoT signal from the device level to the system level. And then there are different things depending upon the different applications. For example, in a warehousing, you are handling a certain specific parts, the hot parts, and you have to give the temperature signal to the things. When you are in the cold storage, you need a different thing, different shapes, different forces to handle, because if you are handling a delicate part, and then the forces has to be given. If you are handling a glass, the vacuum has to be given. So there are many IoT devices which has to be used, and these signals has to go back to the system, either through the robot, and then robot connects to the main system, or directly from the, because sometimes to have the faster actuation, it has to go from the directly from IoT to the main system. So all these parts has to go to one server, and then the data is generated and then given to the working system. This is what I would say is required.
Okay. Thank you. Eric,
Right.
what is the main difference between Asrs with traditional Asrs?
Right. Actually, as shared just now, because the design intent when we develop the solution of Agile Automated Storage and Retrieval System, basically we study the constraint of the traditional ASRS. Technology-wise, the main difference is in the robotic portion. Basically, you can look at the design is a combination of, for the Agile Automated Storage and Retrieval System, the robotic solution is a combination of the crane system and AGV. So you have the both functionality of AGV and also the crane system. With this design change, actually the Agile Automated Storage Retrieval System, it can move out of the constraint of the racking system. It can move out, so it can very flexible interface with any other supporting module like conveyor or racking system. Yeah, this is the main difference.
Okay, thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Joe, I have one more question for you. What are the challenges and barriers of adopting industrial IoT?
You are mute.
Yeah, Joe.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm muted now. Okay, yeah, this is just another recap of what we have mentioned in earlier slides. Okay, today our challenges for industries to adopt IoT is like, okay, whether my system is safe or not. Example, my traditional warehouse is like, I'm safe because I'm confined in my warehouse. Nobody can come in except I allow it. So, but when you go to internet, so people can, there can be hackers, intruders can come in through different paths. So these are the okay. Also, in typical warehouse or traditional warehouse, they have some legacy systems. They may be quite reluctant to modify or retrofit to the IoT ready example. Okay, and also of course all these we have an initial cost we consider lah. So I feel that these are the main challenges and barriers. Also, management must be ready, and also they must do some homework lah. For example, if I convert my traditional warehouse to the new warehouse using the like agile robot systems or grippers and robotics controller automator, the management have to do the like trade-off lah. Okay, with that I can produce more, better, and so on, so that they can move forward to the this automated solution.
Okay, thank you. Sunil, I have one more question. Could you please explain what are the latest project done by Zimmer in the intralogistic area?
Okay, there are many projects has been done. We did a lot of handling. For example, the one interesting project was done for the paint handling. You know, there are many SKUs which was for truck loading, means handling from the warehouse up to the truck loading. We have done the projects also for the glass industry for handling different automotive glass, reaching it to the right level from warehouse to the stack, and from the stack to the car. We have in the battery EV area, you know, we are handling batteries and you know, the stators and rotors of different sizes. Also the battery cells into the electrical vehicle production areas recently. And the classical project I showed you also two. One was for Adidas and one for Red Point and Kitchensmith for handling the kitchen furnitures. So these are some examples which we have done, from rack to stack, and from stack to production line, and back to the packing, and packing to the end warehouse for shipping. So these are some examples where we build the end effectors for the industry.
Okay, thank you. Eric?
Hi.
What is your growth vision for Aasrs?
Right. So, frankly speaking, we are very excited about the Agile automated storage and retrieval system. For me, as far as warehousing and logistics industry is concerned, Agile automated storage and retrieval system probably is a dream platform. Now, I think long awaited by the industry, because I think, as I mentioned in the past, only MNC can afford to apply traditional automated storage and retrieval system due to the high investment cost. So that actually causing, I should say, efficiency divide between SME and MNC in terms of warehousing and logistic solution. So I think this agile automated storage and retrieval system will be really enable SME or smaller enterprises catch up the efficiency gap with MNC. So our vision is quickly use this platform to drive the transformation in the industry. I think, as we know, all the country SME now is probably more than 90% of any country. So I think this platform really will benefit, as I say, 90% of the enterprises. So we hope we can drive this solution quickly in the marketplace, locally and regionally. Yeah, that's our vision. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, audience, if you have any question, please ask. I'm going to give this, going to close this session, panel discussion, and then Paul can take care.
Okay, so for
you.
those, if let's say y'all don't have any question, we will end this webinar today now. For those people who just sign in, like Lim Hock Chuan, you want to you can watch this recorded YouTube video at this our TDS channel, YouTube channel. Mr. Lim.
Yeah, thank you, Paul, for your kindness. I will definitely go and watch through if I have a time to go through. Thank you, Paul.
Sure. Okay, everyone. Thank you for, especially all the speakers. You all have spent so much time in preparing this interesting speech. I think appreciate very much. And Angela also helping us to send the direct mailing. And those people who, if you have any feedback, you'd like to get the slide, kindly scan the QR code, fill up this so that we can give a better webinar in the future. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Paul, and thanks, Angela. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.